During the last few years in Egypt, we have had a few cases of very severe persecution. When 21 Egyptians in Libya, they were workers, they were laborers, were captured by ISIS and they were decapitated. ISIS cut their heads off, but it was recorded on video. And we saw these 21 men and they were praying to Jesus before they were killed. And they had been given the chance to change their religion, to deny Jesus, and they refused to do so. And they died really as martyrs, believing they would rather die than deny Jesus. So the death of these people was a great encouragement to the church in Egypt, because Egypt has had martyrs in the past, but we haven't had martyrs in recent history. And never in the history of the world has any martyrdom been filmed. This was a high-definition video of a martyrdom. Nobody had ever filmed a martyrdom in history. And these men were very bold. They were praying to Jesus as they were being killed. So many Egyptian Christians were very uplifted by that. They said, now we believe that there are people in the 21st century who will be willing to die rather than deny Jesus. This is real faith. This is saying that the most important thing in life is believing in Jesus, trusting Him, and never denying Him, because we're going to go straight to heaven. Whereas other people say, oh yeah, yes, but they never had difficulty. They live like other people. Life is easy. So it's not a very serious thing. So that kind of price these people paid. The other thing is their families. When the government in Egypt was very concerned, and the prime minister went to visit the mother of some of the boys, and he thought she would be very angry and want revenge and so on. And most of the people they visited said, we are praying for these ISIS people. We don't want revenge. We want them to know Jesus. I was in a conference recently and met a man who, when he found out I was Egyptian, opened his wallet and he brought out a card that had the name of one of these martyrs. And I told him, why do you carry the name of a martyr in your wallet? The man is dead. You can't pray for him. He said, this is a prayer card, not for this man, but for the man who killed him. And we don't know his name. So we have a group of people who are praying for the assassins, for the killers. Because Paul, the apostle, was one of the people who was there at Stephen's martyrdom, and Paul became a Christian. So we are praying that these people, because we're all praying for them, the people who killed them would become Christians. Now that kind of response by Christians is remarkable. To pray for these people, to love the people who actually did this awful job, it's very unbelievable in a sense. So Christians, by responding in this way, have also made an impact. The Prime Minister, when he saw that woman, that mother, the mother told the Prime Minister, if my son had denied Jesus, I'd have killed him myself. And he sees the faith of these very simple people, he sees their love, and he sees the lack of revenge. And we had a lot of television programs by Muslims in Egypt saying, can you imagine how these Christians don't want revenge, how they forgive, how they love. And people couldn't believe it. And it was so that persecution can have a very strong impact. And the response to persecution can be one of the best witnesses for Jesus. And the word in Greek, martyrios, which is the word for witness, is the word martyr. So in the early church, to witness for Jesus meant to die for Jesus. And so when these young men died for Jesus, they impacted the whole country and the world. Because wherever I travel, people know the story. Maybe much more than what they could have done in their life. They were simple people, they were not preachers, they were not teachers, but in their death, they have made a message. And that's how the early Christians founded the church. They died, and one of the famous Egyptian theologians said, the blood of the Christians is the seed of the church. So the church has been built on the blood of these Christians.